Alrighty guys, Merkerson Gaming here. How y'all doing? So I've been doing Uber for, let's see, it's been a good few weekends now. Like we're gonna say eight weekends now. I've done it before in the past, but I took a long break and I just picked it up again because of necessity. So I've seen a lot of guides out there. They tell you like what time or where they normally go. Like they'll be like, oh, I go to the residential neighborhoods and then I'll go to the bars, but they never tell you like what times they think are the best times to be traveling in between those areas. So I'm gonna break down what my normal path is. I live near a college city, so that's a big part of this. During New Year's, the 2 days before New Year's, Friday and Saturday, which are the normal days that I drive, because I just do this as a second job. But those 2 days were slow. I made $40 both nights. And that's ridiculous because I worked like 7 hours. So, it's horrible. And then the reason that is because all of the students are out of town. So if you live in a college city, because like I live in a city right outside of a college city and I drive into the college city because that's just where the money is. So I don't exactly know how the summer's gonna work. I'm gonna have to do another video once I figure that pattern out. But while school is in session, what I do is I start my nights around 6-7 o'clock. I go right below my city where there's a lot of houses. So here's my city, and it's basically a triangle where I live. And this triangle with interstates. So I live down here, but I drive up into the city. And then whenever I get up in here, I always drive right down the other side and I park about halfway between the two cities, because right in that area there's a big residential neighborhood and we're talking like super nice homes, and it's where a lot of college kids rent their homes. So I go there from 6 and I'll drive around that area, or I'll park at Publix, because there's a Publix right by the on-ramp on the interstate. And I normally get at least one call pretty much as soon as I get into that area. Then I'll go pick them up and I'll drop them off like in Birmingham, because they're going to the bars at this point. And then I'll come back, and as soon as I get back, most times, boom, I got another ride. So I'm driving back up into Birmingham, and every now and then you'll get somebody getting off work in Birmingham and going back home. So you already take them right back to where you're going. And then as soon as you get there and drop them off, you drive into some more residential area, boom, you got another ride. So I do that till about 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, I start trying to go in a circle. I'll hit the bars every now and then, because you got bars, restaurants, some of the older people, like the 25, 35s, out of college, they're just ready to get home. They're going home. Then you go back to the bars at 11, and you just do that from 11 to 3 o'clock in the morning. In my city, at least. You'll have to tinker with it just to get your own feels, but always learn when the bars are closing, because there's this one bar, it closes at 11 o'clock on the dot every night. You pull around, there's people leaving, there's people pulling up their phones, calling an Uber. You're sitting there, boom, you got a call. You come back, because most of the time it's like a 10-minute drive. You come back, there's people still leaving because they're closing up their tabs. Boom, driving them off. You just do that until everybody's gone from that bar, and then you just circle around, know where your other bars are, know your customers. There's a bar in my city that's open 24/7. I tend to not go near that bar simply because there's never any requests. There's a bar that I drive customers to that are open until 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll drive them there, but I don't stay till 5 a.m. because most of the time people are already leaving. So 3 o'clock is normally my sweet spot. If I'm driving back and I get another call, I'll hit it. And I'll just keep doing that until 4 o'clock is my absolute deadline. I'm out of there at 4 o'clock because there's no more benefit. I'm going to sleep. So, to recap, from 6 to 10, residential areas. Normally, you're looking at the nicer areas, especially in college towns, because that's where a lot of the kids are going to try to be renting houses. A lot of the kids that go to the colleges nearby, they're there for doctorate degrees. They're going to be doctors. So they got family money, normally stay in nice places. You won't just get college kids, so just be on that note. There's a lot of like my age people, 25, 30, they're around that area too. But yeah, so 6 to 10 residential areas. You'll get some coming out of your city, but yeah. And then from 10 to 11, 10 to 12, sometimes you'll have a gap. There's a lot of times I just sit there in my car and I read a book because nobody's leaving bars really. You'll have a few people, like I said, they'll be going home because they're done. They're not college kids out looking to party. They're just out having their time. They've had it. They're going home. But for the most part, it can get slow between that time. But don't get discouraged because 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, they're out of there. They're going home. You got a lot of college kids who live in like 20 minutes away from the bars that are going to be taking Ubers back. Always try to convince your customers, if you're dropping them off at like a car, convince them, hey, look, I seen 15 cops out tonight. Because I mean, that wasn't a lie when I seen that. I had passed by at least 15 cops while I was driving around that night. It's like, dude, you don't want to do this. Hop in, or just change the address, I'll drop you off at home. He's like, but are there Ubers at 5 o'clock in the morning? Because that's when I gotta be up again. I'm like, yeah, dude, there's Ubers like pretty much 24/7. You just request an Uber and somebody will come pick you up. He's like, all right. So that's the time frames you're looking at. Just remember, I'm in a college town, so if you're in a smaller town or a bigger one, things could be different, but that's just my 2 cents. I like my shirt. It's a hoodie. So after I drive around for a little bit, if the car smells like booze, roll down the windows. And just freezing cold out most nights. But I'm not cold because I got me a nice hoodie. But I hope this was recording. I'll see y'all later. Enjoy.